I'm currently an architectural apprentice here in the Philippines.
I'm Prim and I'm currently an architecture apprentice here in the Philippines. I am on the way to being an architect, already an architecture apprentice. I'm Prim and I'm currently an architecture apprentice here in the Philippines.
March 18.
Hi friends, I'm Prim and I'm currently an architect here in the Philippines and also an aspiring artist. And this is how I pass the architecture licensure examinations. For anything else, I would like to give a disclaimer na what I'm going to share are the things that have worked for me, experiences ko, and trial and error ko for my review schedules or review tactics or study tips for January 2024. Of course, kung ano yung iti-take mo exam might be different from mine. So, may it be on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, whenever you're trying to get an advice online, always put a grain of salt to it and understand that there are things that might not work for you, and just try to get the applicable things na pwede mong ma-apply sa'yo. So yun lang. See you in the video. So these are the 4 things that I have applied throughout my review leave. So again, before anything else, I suppose if you're watching this, you might be an architecture apprentice or some architecture college student pa lang that's just interested in taking the licensure examinations. I'm not going to discuss regarding sa requirements, probably on a different video na lang yun, or yeah, I can make a different video, or pwedeng you can just check out yung list dun sa PRC. Pero if you want me to create a different video from that one, I will. Pero ito kasi is definitely on like the duration of my review leave and what I did. So first is mindset and preparation. Short story about me is, una akala ko I'm ready to take the boards noong June 2023. So, kumuha ko ng review center on January 2023, and especially nung, kumbaga parang na-excite lang ako na feel ko, okay, magiging architect na ako, nakita ko yung mga iba kong friends na nakapasa, diba? So, make sure na hindi ka lang nape-pressure kasi yung friends mo nakapasa, ganito ganyan, diba? Of course, it does make sense na you would take the boards as well, especially kung kasabayan mo yung friends mo. But it would really make sense kung ikaw mismo ready ka na to take the boards. Okay na ba lahat ng requirements mo? Okay na ba yung experience mo as an architecture apprentice? Kasi for me, what worked for me is mas okay na naging hands-on ako on a specific experience kaysa sa like, theoretical. Of course, may mga iba akong friends na nakapasa rin sa examination with them just being on one firm. Let's say, sobrang focus lang yung naging nila, specialization on anong hinandle nila. And ayun, of course, it differs. But again, what I'm sharing is what worked for me. And I had 2 different firms. Una is more of like construction firm, then second is design firm. But also, ayun, after na-realize ko nga na hindi pa ako ready to take the board, so nasayang yung oras ko dun sa pag-review ko ng first half of 2023. And then after, sabi ko, parang gusto ko na sa 2024, okay na rin yung experience ko, okay na rin yung hours ko na needed for eligibility to take the boards. And also, ayun, nakapag-decide na nga rin ako, nagpaalam na ako to take the review leave. Yun, it would also take a toll on you. Kung makikita mo yung pros and cons of taking a review leave, syempre mawala na tayo ng pay, walang sweldo, ganito ganyan. Pero you would also have more time for your reviews. Syempre, if decide ka na to take the boards, understand na you should prioritize it kasi 6 months lang naman siya. So, at least give up a couple of your months sa months mo of you working. And yun, kumbaga yun yung naging way in and way out ko. Dinaside ko na, okay, I'm going to take the review leave on November 2023, and then tuloy-tuloy siya. So, nasa bahay lang ako. I stayed there. And yun yung naging mindset ko for that one. Also, one more thing na I think is also helpful is understand na kapag you're doing something or prioritizing something, actually nakuha ko to sa isang book. I forgot the author, pero Essentialism. Basically, when you're trying to focus on something, syempre nakafocus ko lang sa isang bagay, pero also maintaining other things in your life as well. So ako kasi when I took may review leave, syempre minsan inisip natin na dapat naiintindihan na ng parents natin, ng siblings natin, ng mga tao around us na we're taking the we will be taking the boards. So feel mo dapat, alam mo yun, parang nakaikot sa yung mundo na dapat lahat sila mag-adjust for you. Pero it doesn't work that way. Understand that you're still a son, a daughter, di ba? Kapatid ka pa rin. As much as you're also a review taker, a board taker, di ba? Pero syempre dapat yung responsibilities mo would also maintain as well. At least, let's say on your morning, may gagawin ka for you to be able to help household. But after, and then you can go back to your reviews. So make sure lang na you're also doing other things as well in your life. Hindi naman ibig sabihin na mag-boards ako, dapat guest na ni ganito, guest na dapat ni mami, ni daddy, ni tatay, ni nanay, di ba? Syempre nagre-remain pa rin ikaw as other things in your life as well. Diba? So yun yung other mindset ko na sabi ko, okay, hindi sa akin nakaikot yung mundo. I would be prioritizing or I would be focusing on my boards with my reviews, pero at the same time, I need to maintain other relationships in my life as well. So yun yung dapat mong intindihin. Na hindi sa nakaikot yung mundo. Okay, focus on your boards, pero at the same time, spend time with your family, with your friends, let's say girlfriend, boyfriend, even on a minimal way, di ba? Yung minimum percentage na pwede mong ibigay on a day-to-day basis. Pero mas malaki syempre yung chunk ng pag-reviews mo. Kasi yun yung nagmamatter on you. Before anything else, again, sisingit ko lang ulit. Di ko na-share kanina, but I think this will make sense na yung 4 things that I'm sharing is not in a chronological order, paiba-iba siya, di ba? Mindset, hindi siya yung top. Kumbaga, yun lang yung 4 factors that really helped me. So, second is scheduling. So, when I say scheduling, of course, pag nag-take ka ng review center or let's say you're having a self-review, understand, the need mo pa rin gumawa ng schedule, of course, para yun yung sinusundan mo on a day-to-day basis, para hindi ka paiba-iba na nire-review. Kasi it would also save you some time to not plan things every single day, pero may naka-plan out na siya on a week-to-week basis, month-to-month basis. Ganito dapat, may pinaprioritize na ako. I should be taking Quizlets and tests. So, since I've took 2 review centers, both of those are in my weekend schedule. So, yung weekend ko, mostly blocked out siya. On 8 hours, nag-review ako. Pero on Monday to Friday, weekdays, I would be posting the picture of my scheduled review. So, meron akong rotation ng iba-ibang subjects. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Make sure you also make your own schedule. Kumbaga, ako, ang weakness ko talaga is history of architecture and theory. And then, I prefer studying yung prof prac and yung something to do with laws. So, since I enjoy certain things and hindi ko ina-enjoy yung iba, parang nahihirapan ako, more time for those things dun sa early stages. Diba? So, again, we have 6 months, usually 6 months of reviewing. Ayun yung normal. Of course, you could be reviewing for 1 year. Pwede kang more, pwedeng maikli lang. Pero, only normal is 6 months. So, nangyari is, nung nagtatrabaho pa ako for 3 months, early August, September, October, I was working, and then every weekends, I was taking the classes, online classes lang. And then, after nung nag-start na ako mag-review leave, since I have my own time na, I have my own schedule, every weekend, I still attend dun sa online classes ko na binayaran natin, of course. And then, Monday to Friday, I have my own schedule. So, nagbago siya every month. Kasi nung palapit na ng palapit, of course, we need to prioritize certain things. Tapos pagdating nung last month ko, nung January, I had to, of course, nag-take din ako ng refresher. And I was also adding Quizlets. Ito, also, for the schedule, syempre, I'm not just going to focus on the reviewing. We need to also give time for us to take rest, to work on the things that make us happy, or alam mo yun, parang breaks natin, and also to challenge us every single day. So, ang ginagawa ko is every, like for example, Monday, first subject ko, I would study for 1 hour and 30 minutes. Afternoon, I usually start at 8, so 8 to 9:30. Tapos 9:30 to 10, I'm taking a break. So, pwede akong manood, pwede akong maglakad-lakad, pwede akong maglaro for 30 minutes. Pero I make sure na afternoon, babalik na ako. So, from 10 to 11:30, another, let's say, study block ang tawag doon. Study block, and then break, and then lunch. And then, diretso agad ako, mag-aral na naman. So, make sure na you have discipline to stick to your schedule. Kasi it doesn't make sense if di ka susunod kung 30 minutes nag-extend ka 1 hour, diba? So, adjust lahat ng schedule mo. Pero if you give time for rests, for breaks, just be honest na, okay, I'm going to take breaks for this one, di ako mag-review. Pero, make sure ko na pag time to review. Diba? And then, also, sa akin, I added working out. That worked for me. Siyempre, out of sight, out of mind, wala yung mga reviewers sa harapan ko. Let's say, nagja-jogging lang ako, lifting. Also, having a certain time for you to sleep or parang surrender na. Ang last review ko is up until 9 p.m. After nun, okay, tama na, bitawan mo na lahat ng reviewers mo. The next day, ka na lang bumawi kung let's say, kulang yung pag-review mo. Pero, again, these are the things that worked for me. Again, I'm going to be flashing yung naging schedule ko for, I guess, nung nag-start na ako mag-review leave. And, yeah, hopefully, gumawa ka rin ng sarili mong schedule. If you are also taking the review leave or parehas tayo na 3 months, alam mo yun, saktong-sakto, para applicable yung sinashare ko. Pero pag hindi, just try out and see kung ano mag-work for you. If do you think what worked for you is being with your friends. Also, I stayed at home lang. Di ako nagkaroon ng mga group study sessions. Why? I don't know, parang feel ko nawala pa ako sa focus and mapaprioritize ko pala yung pagtawag, ganyan, yung pagchikahan, ganyan. Pero of course, it doesn't apply to everyone. Sa akin lang yun. I really preferred being just focused on my reviews. And of course, again, I'm taking breaks, I'm talking to my friends, I'm talking to someone, ganito, ganyan. I'm working out, I'm jogging, I'm going to social media, I'm working out. So yun, there's also different factors in it. Pero whenever it's time to review, it's time to review. So, new view na naman. Pabago-bago tayo ng pwesto kasi nag-ano yung shade ng ilaw eh. Pero, third is whether you're going to have a review center or self-review. And what worked for me is nag-take of course ng review center. And definitely, I'm not really smart kung alam mo yung, kumbaga, I'll be honest with myself. I need a guide with like, ano yung magiging pag-aaralan namin. Kasi, syempre, iba naman kasi yung nasa exams, pati kung ano yung mga naging experience natin sa apprenticeship, diba? Definitely, wala namang tinuturo na HOA sa apprenticeship. Wala namang history, wala namang theory. Of course, theory baka meron. Usually, it's more of like prof-prac lang talaga, 100% practice ng architecture. So, I needed review center and I was pretty privileged na nakapag-save ako ng pera and also with the help of my parents, of course. Kaya nakapag-avail ako na review center. So, one of the review centers na I could recommend, and again, I'm not affiliated with this review center, is Centro Arquitectura. It's owned by, I believe, architect Rino. Siya yung author ng 2 books about Diksionaryong Pilipino, Arkitekto. Basta, yun. I will be flashing there yung books na yun. So, kung may recommend akong cheap na review center, yun. Centro Arquitectura. And very helpful yung classes ni Sir. So, just check it out if you want a cheaper. Pero of course, yung mga main review centers pa din natin is JPT, CDEP, Atlas. So yun, you could just check those out. So, kung nagmamatter yung pera, of course, again, I've suggested something, pero you can search online as well. So, the last one, or yung fourth factor na affected my reviews was diet. So when I say diet, hindi siya yung parang pang bodybuilder, ganito, ganyan. When I say diet, it's like a food lifestyle. Kumbaga, paano ako kumain on a day-to-day basis? Do you eat snacks? Do you eat chocolates every single day? Do you drink alcohol, coffee? Are you dependent on this and on that? Or kaya mo mag-adjust ng kain mo? Are you, gusto mo lang bakainin is vegetables, ganito, ganyan. So, what worked for me is, na-realize ko sa sarili ko, especially nung nag-start nga ako mag-review leave, is inaantok ako pagka sobrang dami kong kinakain. Usually, especially sa umaga, gusto ko sobrang dami kong kinakain kasi nagpapataba nga ako, nagpapalaman ako. Pero syempre iba na yung phase no need ko mag-focus for my boards and ano nga ba yung makaka-apekto sa akin. Inaantok ako every time na kumakain ako ng madami, ng kanin, carbs, tinapay, ganito, ganyan. Grabe yung antok ko. Eh nga, nung nag-review leave ako, I was having an online classes every day. So, pagka sobrang dami kong rice or intake ko ng carbs, I usually fall asleep in the middle of reviewing. Ayoko naman yun maka-apekto ng reviews ko. So, I told myself I need to adjust the diet, diba? Binawasan ko yung kanin ko pero I had more, let's say, ulam. I had more egg, other snacks as well. Pero in terms of carbs, binawasan ko siya. Of course, you can still do whatever you want to do. I'm just sharing what I did in terms of the diet and how it affected me. So, nakita ko na it helped me more. Hindi ako masyadong inaantok. But of course, pagkapuyat ako, let's say, nag-phone ako the night before, the next morning, basically inaantok ako. So, hindi lang dahil okay na yung, hindi porket your diet is okay doesn't mean na hindi inaantokin. So, other factors yun, and nagbawas na ako ng possibility na inaantok ako ng days of reviewing. And if this helps you, or if you want to try, you need to experiment as well para makita mo ano ba yung best or yung pinaka-optimal na diet for you, and so it wouldn't hinder you from being able to review on your best state. Pero of course, di naman kailangan everyday best, pero if you can, that's good. So those things, again, mindset or yung pagiging preparedness natin in terms of how we think things through or yung requirements and other stuff. Second, again, these are not in chronological order. Second is review center or self-review. Ano ba yung naging decision mo? Do you want to have a guide dun sa reviews mo, or do you just want to review on your own? Nahihirapan ka bang magkaroon ng sarili mong schedule? And then third is scheduling. Of course, you need to schedule yourself. Kailangan mong, let's say, away from the schedule ng review center mo. You need to, of course, have your own guide sa sarili mo para maging disciplined ka. Kasi one thing I've realized as well is pagka sobrang sanay tayo on, let's say, being told us what to do, let's say, sa school, pagka meron na tayong sarili nating schedule, ang hirap. Kumbaga parang, okay, hindi ko na alam gagawin ko kasi wala nakaset sa aking schedule. So it's also, I think, a skill for us to be able to set our own schedule. Ito yung gagawin ko on this time, on this time, on this time. I can do whatever I want. Free time siya, ganito, ganyan. You should do it dun sa duration mo ng pag-review. And then, also, of course, hindi ko nasingit kanina, yung last month ko of reviewing, of course, nagada ako ng refresher. Mas naging stringent na ako in terms of my scheduling. Nag-adjust yung 30 minutes, naging 15 minutes na lang siya. And then also, I added more Quizlets kasi need ko nang matest sarili ko dun sa mga pasada na ginawa ko. Yung pag-aaral ko for like the whole duration of the 5 months. And last but not the least, again, is yung diet. Kasi of course, what you intake on yourself, on your body will affect yung magiging performance mo on a day-to-day basis. Other factors na I think is needed sa mga mag-take ng January examinations is okay ba siya since malapit siya sa December and January kasi yun yung mga holidays. For me, akala ko actually, sabi ko, parang hirap nito, parang tatamaan yung schedules ko or yung review centers ko. But what really helped me is it just gave me a sense of, okay, meron akong break. Akala ko sobrang makaka-apekto ko siya, pero hindi naman talaga. Nag-serve siya as like a buffer for me to take breaks with my family and yun. So hindi siya sobrang heavy in terms of, grabe, may Christmas or may New Year, naapektuhan yung review ko. Hindi siya ganun. It's really up to you. Pwede kang mag-take breaks to celebrate and then afterwards, you can go back. Diba? It's up to you. Second is, nagkabit ba ako ng madaming info, parang mga infograph or mga notes. Actually, I did, pero sobrang onti lang. It didn't make sense to me na sobrang dami yung usually man nakikita ko online na sobrang dami. Of course, sa iba nag-work, but what worked for me is, dinikit ko lang yung lessons or yung mga topics na hindi ko maintindihan. So, yung other stuff na madali ko naman ma-digest, hindi ko na siya dinikit. Siguro, A3 paper yun, tapos onting, let's say, mga 12 to 15 pieces of papers lang. And then last but not the least is, of course, I did prayer and journal. Hindi ako nakapag yung 7 chapels. Pero nagdadasal pa rin naman ako. I think what matters in terms of your prayer and your devotion or let's say yung faith mo is you are intentional about it. Hindi ka lang nagdadasal kasi yun yung nakikita mo sa social media, but rather you want to pray kasi you believe na there's someone out there or there's a bigger entity out there that are in control or can see the things that you're doing. Siyempre nakita niya na effortful ka with your reviews, so may certain amount of effort na alam mong hindi mo na siya makokontrol and sa kanya mo na siya ipapaubaya. So yun, di ako nakapag yung 7 chapels or churches, pero nagdasal ako every day. I did pray, of course, especially nung sobrang lapit ng exams, sobrang kinakabahan ako, ganito, ganyan. I even did journaling na nakikita ko yung worries ko. Every single day, sinusulat ko, parang, ay, ang lapit na ng board, sinusulat ko siya, ganito, ganyan. And so, yun yung mga naging factors on what I did, or basically, ano yung mga internal stuff that I did for me to be able to pass the boards. Other stuff as well, yung mga study tips and tactics, yung mga Pomodoro technique, or ano ba yung mga nireview ko. I think it would be on a different video na lang. Pero again, for factors and additional factors na sinabi ko, make sure to still have a life outside maintaining those relationships in your life. Pero of course, still maintaining kung ano yung need mong i-focus for the 6 months that you need for you to be able to take the board examinations. Ayo, if you have reached the end of this video, I would like to say thank you and of course, salamat for those who have finished watching this video. And sana nakatulong ako in any way, shape, or form. And actually, for those who are planning to take the exam ng June 2024, I'm planning to give out some of my stuff. Ito yung isa, yung flashcards ng Top Lab Architecture. Binili ko siya noong October. And it quite helped me. Kasi ito nga yung weakness ko, history of architecture. And I don't think I'll be needing this kasi nga definitely tapos na ako sa reviews ko. And ayoko naman siya tambakin sa bahay lang. Magiging kalat lang siya. And I think the best way for a thing to be used is to be used. And di ko na ito magagamit kasi di na ako nag-reviews. Plus, itong refresher notes sa JPT. So, di ko rin ito magagamit kasi para saan pa? Di na ito like part ng practice ko ng architecture. So, for those who are planning to take, actually kahit sino sa inyo, just comment down below why you chose architecture as your course and what's your hope for the architecture here in the Philippines. And ipili lang ako ng isa, tapos I would give this out to the lucky winner. And, yep, thank you. And so I hope this video has been helpful to you. Just like always, focus on what matters. Hindi ko lang nakakalam nun kung need mo na mag-review, if need mo na mag-ayos ng schedule, whatever. Do whatever you want. Again, I'm just sharing. I'm just someone who's just sharing online experiences ko. And if there's like a small percentage na you think will be helpful to you, by all means, take it. By all means, use it. And yep, see you in the next one. Peace.